going on, everybody? Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Back here, Forza Horizon 4. Today we have something special. Now, my good friend Dane Austin, he's been making some plastic steering wheels for the Xbox controllers. Now, if you guys have seen those videos floating around, you know, the $15 plastic wheel versus the actual wheel, you know, we haven't really got to see, you know, proper gameplay and just, you know, does it feel well for drifting? I actually wanted one for quite some time, and I just haven't got around to actually making the purchase. Now, my man Dane Austin, like I said, he has his own YouTube channel. Check him out, known as Iceman. He's been putting out some really good Forza Horizon 4 thumbnails. So definitely go and show him support on his page. But he sent us over something very, very special. He has a 3D printer and asked me if I would like one actually made. And of course, right, I couldn't say no. So I've been waiting for this for a little bit here, and we finally have this. Now, it's actually, I thought it was going to be more pieces, to be honest with you, man. But this is what we're using today on the Xbox One controller. I do have my Controller Chaos Xbox Elite one here with the trigger stop. So thank you guys so much for watching today, and don't forget to slap that like button. Well, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Big thank you, my man Dane. It goes over here, right? So we got to put this on first. Pop that in. So it looks like you can't use a headset when you are using this, which is fair, but that definitely does suck, though. And then, shit, there's no instructions, man. Okay, so fast forward a little bit here. Finally got this thing to work. Now, it did take a little bit of finessing to get this on here. I didn't really realize how this worked. Kind of just jumped into it, obviously. Should not have done that, but we got it on properly. That actually goes on the analog stick, and then that goes in the center, so that way you can, you know, pivot that right in the center. So once you see it together, it makes sense, but that is the finished product here, and we're going to be going on Forza Horizon 4 for a little cruise, and we're going to see how this feels on the controller. Obviously, we don't need the wheel. It's still here. You know what we could do, actually? Fanatic, it makes some good stuff. We can just take that right off. A little bit more room. There, right there we go. We can stretch out.
Okay, Peter. Head-to-head disabled.
Oh, that's what it is. It's on my clutch. This whole thing is unfortunately on my clutch button, so it's just revving the car up. That's all it's doing. Okay, this one should work. This is the one from Jake Myers. He gave me this one. Unfortunately, I wanted to use the damn Controller Chaos one. The braking on that, but that's okay, though. We're not racing exactly today, but it would have been nice if we could have been racing, right? That's all I'm saying. So unfortunately, I don't know if it's just maybe this base. I gotta maybe try and trim this down. Again, it's just plastic. So I mean, I can cut that later and try to trim them up. It goes left to right, full motion. It actually goes back a little bit too. So if you go full lock, it looks like it's not gonna go all the way back for you. I gotta connect this thing. Okay, so after all of that, we finally got it working on my slap control. I think this is pretty damn dope, to be honest, man. This is the controller that Jake Myers got me. There's his car right there, sicko. This is cool, man. Now, this thing is like, what, like 15 bucks or so? And we should have full motion. Now, the only thing that sucks, well, I guess I can still look to the left and right, actually. It's not that hard. Full motion, left and right. Here we go. Now, remember, this is supposed to kind of just be... Oh, there's a dead zone right there. I don't like that. You guys can see that kind of dead zone. You see how it's kind of like I'm cranking it still. Just to the left, though, it feels like. Okay, maybe I got to fix this up here. Hold on. To be honest, it feels really weird doing this right now. It really does. Oh, okay. Let's just kind of give it some gas. Oh, shit. It feels so damn weird, man. It really does. It does straighten up, though, nicely, which is the nice thing about that. So as long as you can kind of understand that that actual dead zone that's there. Oh, sorry. The only thing is I can't go up when I'm trying to go to a new location. It's like it's stuck. Come on. Look at how slow we can go. We can do this. We can do this. I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to break it. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. Jesus, man. Okay. We made it. You can see just as soon as I'm about to go back with it, it's just that slight, just going back. So you got to kind of be really quick when you're going back the other way. Otherwise, you're going to run into that nasty dead zone. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that dead zone. But again, I mean, just be quick on the transitions, and that should allow, because you got to remember that's just like your finger, right? I mean, you're going almost lock to lock as you're driving. So it's definitely, you got to be fast with it. Look at that, yeah. Right? I mean, and then you got to worry about shifting. Can you do all of it with one finger? I guess you can.
Good luck.
Now, the only thing I am noticing, though, is that it's a little bit harder when you're trying to go, a bit harder when you're on full lock. It just feels weird with one hand doing this, man. It really does. But it is cool, though, especially when you get... Oh! I do like... I just wish it was a little bit higher up, because my thumb is running in to the stick right on top of here, as you guys can see. So maybe if my fingers were just a little bit more on it, but it's hard. You got to shift as well too, right? That's the dilemma that you run into. But oh shit, it's definitely interesting, man. It really does, you know, kind of mess with your senses on the controller. I mean, you've been kind of used to. Okay, girl, thank you. You know, you've been used to that same way of driving for so long on the controller, and then now you're told that you got to hold the wheel on the... What? Like, we're going to go for a run down the mountain with this Audi. White on white, man. I love it in the snow. Looks good. Oh, oh, yep. We're okay. Nice little all-wheel drive. Right? It's pretty fun, man. It is. And more or less for the drifting purposes, right? I mean, that was the main thing with getting something like this, was that you're not having to really flick the wheel when you are sliding. And you know, sometimes it's weird having to go down instead of left when your brain wants to go left, right? I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting feeling. I'd say for the price of it, if you're looking for something, you know, fresh to change it up, oh shit, see? Yeah, I would definitely give these a shot. You know, I've tried a few things, you know, before Control Freaks had the speed sticks, and I probably have those somewhere in the closet at some point, but this is really cool. It's, you know, it's a cool thing to have. Again, it doesn't work on my Elite controller, which definitely kind of sucks, because I like having that brake advantage. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that before, but there's a significant advantage of being on an Xbox Elite controller, and it is fun, man. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, M2 Coupe. We could run a nice M2 down. You know what? We're going to do it, man. We're going to try rear-wheel drive down the mountain. All right, here we go. We don't have a clutch anymore, remember. We're not in a drift zone, so we got to be careful. Ooh, it's definitely interesting, man. It's fun. Your brain wants to do one thing, I feel like, and it's just, right? It's almost like driving on the other side of the road for the first time in a while. You're just not ready for it. I do like how you can just kind of go from one finger back to the other. Ooh, this is a lot more satisfying than I expected it to be completely honest with you. You can see, I mean, you can really just kind of, ooh, nope, yeah, really perfect your line. I just wish the only thing it had more resistance on the actual steering. You know, I get that it is, you know, a bearing in there, and, you know, it's awesome that it is. I think the only thing I can say about this is that I just wish that there was a little bit more resistance on the actual wheel itself. I think that would be kind of cool, but obviously there is a bearing in there, and damn, we just held that, man. That was actually pretty damn cool. Okay, right, I mean, I kind of got that claw. Oh, man, I was looking down at the controller, boom. But this is really fun, though, man. This is really satisfying. We're just going to try and cruise this here. Keep it on the road. Show that I can be smooth with it. I can be smooth. Gotta remember, we're on like 180 degrees right now, man, right? Obviously, this does not beat a proper wheel. And of course, the biggest difference between this and, say, you know, the full wheel rig that I have in front of me is that there's no force feedback in this. I mean, we have a little bit of resistance going back, but not a lot. I feel like I'm more competitive without this thing, but I feel like that's not what, you know, the initial plan was this, right? I mean, this was, you know, mainly to cruise around and just try something different than, you know, the traditional sticks. And, you know, it's cool to kind of hold a wheel in your hand almost, you know, a mini wheel in a sense, right? It kind of feels interesting. I definitely recommend it. It's pretty cool, man. I mean, this was fun today, man. If you guys do want to pick one up yourself, I will leave Dane Austin's Links all found down below if you wanted to contact him. And I don't know if Dane's actually making these personally for, distribution, but there is a website if you guys are 3D printing. And of course, if he is selling them, he will let you guys know on his social media. So go and check him out down below. Thank you guys once again for watching. This has been fun, man, right? I mean, I like the fact that it actually goes back. And that's something that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it more or less just to kind of, right, I just expected it to be free. And the fact that this is actually in here, right, I mean, we have a full metal kind of, bearing inside of there. It's really cool. Definitely recommend this. 10 out of 10, man. Right? I mean, 15 bucks? You can't go wrong for 15 bucks for something like this, especially if you've been using the controller for a long time, right? I mean, you just want something new. The only downside is obviously, like I said, it's hard to go up when you are scrolling through the menu. So I guess what you could do is just kind of take this off for that brief second that you are doing that, and then, okay, maybe not, right? I mean, I can take that off for a quick second and then just kind of, do whatever I need to do and then put it back on. So, I mean, that's a possibility if you really needed to. But for the most part, though, it worked. It's simple. It's durable, right? I mean, you can go really left to right as far as you want. But plastic strong, though, right? I mean, that's the thing. 360 here in the storm. Look at this shit, man. We have thunder passing us all over the place, man. Huge thank you once again for coming around on today's Forza Horizon 4 episode. I do apologize on only being one episode a day. I've been really busy, and I've been going out, spending a lot of time with friends and family right now. So we're going to be picking it up very soon on the channel, going back to 2 a day and really pumping out some good quality content on the channel. So 2019, man, expect big things out here. Thank you guys once again for watching. I'm out. Peace.